All right, what's going on? And well, as you can see here, we have the San Diego Comic-Con slash Hasbro Pulse exclusive Power Rangers Lightning Collection Lord Drakkon Evo 3. Now, this was supposed to be the SDCC 20 exclusive this year before the whole COVID situation happened, but now they changed it to a Hasbro Pulse exclusive here in the States. Now, I believe overseas in like Europe, which is where I got this. It was a Amazon exclusive, and it went up for pre-order last month. So I just went ahead and ordered one. If you have an Amazon Prime account, it's free shipping to somebody in France. I think it's like an extra $40 shipped to the US. Luckily, I had some grandparents over in France, so I shipped it to them for free, and they were kind enough to ship it to me for free. So I did not have to pay any extra. It did retail for like 60 bucks or whatever after taxes, and I think that's basically what's going to happen on Hasbro Pulse sometime later this month. But this box is massive. As you can see, it's like past my normal like size reviewing area. Let me see here if I can just have a figure out real quick. This is a figure, and like as you can see, from fully standing up, this box is huge. As you can see, you can't even. Well, let me pan down a bit. This is the figure, and this is the box. It's basically two figures tall, but the box is in this nice little slip cover that you just kind of have to like cut the tape off. Legalese at the bottom. There is kind of like an opening point right here if need be, but what do you say I go ahead and crack this bad boy open? Okay, so here is the secondary box after you take the slip cover off. Still huge, but a huge window display, mainly I guess to show off all this green lightning effect. But here you have him. Inside is the Lord Drakkon Evo 3 unhelmeted, which is something we normally don't see, and this is normally the helmet on the figure and the head off. But nice change of pace. You got the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Lord Drakkon Evo 3, Hasbro, the typical side artwork on this box. We have the poster that they included of the Shattered Grid comic of his Evo 3 costume. So let me go ahead and cut this off. I know a lot of people were thinking this was a comic or whatever, but it's not. It is just a little poster, little cardboard poster actually. So cut that. Okay, and here we have it out of packaging. It's just a little piece of cardboard. So it's glad it's not paper, but I mean, it's nice. I would have much preferred a comic because I am not up to date on the comics. So it would have been nice to have a little bit of a backstory on this character. But as you can see, there you go. And then you have the artwork on the back. Or not artwork, the figure posing with a little bit of a bio right here. So, yeah. Same artwork on the side. Power Rangers on the top. And yeah, legalese at the bottom. So now what do you say we get this guy out of the box? All right, so here he is, finally out of packaging. And my gosh, there is a lot of stuff that comes with this figure. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start with his accessories. So first off, we have this white-haired, more of a scarred up looking Lord Drakkon Tommy Oliver head sculpt compared to the old one. It is basically the same exact head sculpt, just with the outlining of his veins being a lot more prominent and the white streaks through his hair. But other than that, the exact same head sculpt. So, but the white through the hair adds a nice touch. Then he also comes with his two kind of grippy hands on him out of the box, and then two like, I don't know, open palm hands. I don't know what you would call these, grippy like attack hands. And then of course he comes with the Saba and this base stand. This Saba does not really port in. He just kind of like sits in there super loose. And yes, for everybody wondering, this Saba head does come off, unlike the old mold. So that is new and what a lot of the fans were clamoring for. It would have been nice, I guess, just to have a Saba without the head and the head on the side. But it's nice that you have the option to like take it on off. I know I really don't like this peg, but it is what it is. Finally, we have a removable Saba head for Lord Drakkon, but I'm gonna go ahead and put that on for right now, just before I lose it. Okay, and then obviously he comes with these lightning effects, and you know how I feel about lightning effects. They are really not doing it for me, and honestly, this is the worst one yet. What is this? Like, I don't like this. This is horrible. Is this what drove up the price point? Because like, if you're unaware, when this guy releases later this month, he's going to be basically $50, and that has been a minor complaint throughout the fandom of why we're getting this one figure for $50 when last year we got the Tom or Jason 2-pack for $50. We got 2 figures and a bunch of accessories for the same price as we're getting one figure with a bunch of accessories that we basically already have with the few paint deco changes. But yes, if this is what's causing that price to go up, please Hasbro, we don't want these. This is useless. It's cool, I guess, but like this one doesn't even stand up right, and this is supposed to be the standing up one. So like, why? I don't want these. These are just gonna go into like some storage bin, whatever. Okay, and then we have this rock platform. I wish this would have came with a throne. If this would have came with a throne, I would have been more than happy to like shell out $50 for this thing, unbegrudgingly at least. So we do have these battle damaged helmets, which is nice. They give off that look. I guess it would have been nice if they were actually, you know, scarred up or whatever instead of just like black painted on. They do come off. Obviously, they just kind of peg on like they would like a figure. And, you know, yes, they do peg into figures. I know that was a lot of questioning about that on the forums, about if they go on the figure or not. Of course they go on the figures. Like, people, it's the same head sculpt. They just repainted it. They're not going to make all new head sculpts just for this. So, yes, if you want your Rangers looking battle damage, you now have that option. So we have the Red Ranger, obviously. We have the Yellow Ranger, Pink Ranger, and finally a no-stripe Green Ranger, which is kind of funny. The first time Hasbro releases a non-silver stripe Green Ranger is in this set with just a helmet. Oh no, it's kind of funny. It's like they're going completely around in circles to avoid giving us a silver stripe release until they finally have no choice, which I believe that's going to be in Wave 7. But I just find that kind of funny. We got the silver stripe, we got the red dragon armor and the black dragon armor, and now we got like the helmet but with no figure. So yes, black and blue are missing. That's kind of disappointing. I don't know why they just didn't give us black and blue, because like as of the time of this release, they've already been released, so they could have done it if they wanted to, instead of just giving us, I'm sorry, bump the camera, giving us these 4 helmet sculpts. I think a black and a blue would have made the price point a little bit more fair, or at least give us different Rangers, you know, like in space or whatever, just a bunch of different helmets instead of all MMPR. But yes. And then he also comes with this cape, which is removable. You just got to kind of pull it off its pegs. It has 3 ports, so it's in there pretty securely. And this isn't just like a regular peg. This is like a flared peg, so it stays in there a lot better. But yes, here he is, the figure himself. This figure looks amazing. I don't know anything about this Lord Drakkon version personally. I have not read the comics up to this point, so I am unfamiliar as to why he has this outfit, but you know what, I'm not going to complain because he looks freaking awesome. Head sculpt is, I think, basically the same as the old one, minus a few more extra spikes right here. The shield is obviously different. The paint deco is different. The gloves, the gauntlet looks kind of different, I think. A little, no, they look about the same, I think. Let's see, black lining, his morpher right there. Awesome looking figure. Mine does not look to have any paint issues, which I'm looking over very carefully, and mine looks good. So that's why I'm like just kind of like staring a little bit. Oh, there's a little bit of a mishap going on right here. Nothing major, But yeah, overall great figure. So what do you say we get into its articulation? Same basic standard Ranger body articulation minus, you know, whatever the shield is going to hinder. So we have a head. Actually, this head doesn't look up very far for some reason. So it looks, yeah, it doesn't look up very far. Looks down even less. I don't know what's going on here. Is it the shield really hindering that much? Does go full 360, but is hindered by the side. No side to side. Butterfly joints at the shoulder. Will go full 360. Goes only up that much because of the shield instead of straight up. Get that down. Can go, out that far. Double jointed elbows. Bicep swivel. Rotates at the wrist. Hinges at the wrist, can go in that far, out that far. The gauntlets actually do hinder it a bit too. Upper torso swivel, ab crunch, can go forward that far, back that far. No waist swivel. Ball jointed hips, can do the splits that much, can go out that much, can go back that much. Upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees, boot cuff swivel, and your typical Hasbro ankle rockers with the peg holes at the bottom. So your basic standard Power Ranger Lightning Collection action figure articulation, hindered by a lot of this armor. The head seems to be the most hindered out of everything. The arms aren't hindered as bad. The wrists are kind of hindering because of the gauntlets, but not too much. So yes, there we go. So what do you say we go ahead and pop on the civilian head sculpt so you can get an idea of what he looks like with that. Great looking head sculpt. Yes. So we'll go ahead and compare him to his previous Evo 1, I guess, release of the Lord Drakkon outfit. And as you can see there, the gold they use is slightly different. This one, not by much. This one's a little bit darker. This one's just a tad bit brighter. I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but in person, they're not the exact same shade. It might just be playing contrast off the green and the black that's like fooling my eyes. But I don't know. You guys let me know. So, yes, through the head sculpts, they're basically the same head sculpts, just with some extra added spikes here. I can't tell if this is some paint mishap on mine now looking at it closer. Yeah, it looks like they didn't fill in the silver all the way. I don't think it's supposed to be like that because it's not very uniform. So it is a bit unfortunate that I have some paint mishaps on the helmet sculpt. But nothing too judgmental, at least. Yeah, great looking figure. Now, is it worth the $50 that they're asking? Obviously, it does include a lot of accessories. I don't know if that's fair enough to jack the price up an extra figure without getting an extra figure, but we all know this is an exclusive, so he's not going to be on retail shelves unless you're out of overseas, obviously, where they seem to be getting it outside Hasbro Pulse. So obviously pick him up while you can, whenever the pre-orders go up. Until the next time, guys, later.